Well, so after the note was handed to me, I'll quickly try and run after Azel, but she is around the corner and gone.
Are you actually making a concerted effort to like disappear?
Yeah.
So
roll for it.
This is an opposed roll because the priest is used to chasing after the undead. So basically,
What would that be? Would that be sneak?
so you have to. So first of all, you have to make a sneak.
I just love the idea of like he does catch up to you.
Well, keep in mind this is the estate. You have to go through this large like open area
I just
and
hop
down
into
the hill.
a cab and go back home.
This isn't like Uber land. Like you can't just summon a cab at a grand estate.
She can't just scale a tall building.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, your best bet is to either like go off to the side and try to jump into some bushes, or to run to the fountain fast enough to get under the water's edge and like get a little reed.
That's
like,
silly.
Yeah.
Oh, ninja.
That's really silly.
Is there no like athletic skill?
Well, I don't
There's
have
no
that
run.
much
There's no run skill.
athletics.
I mean, it is nigh impossible for,
It would
unless
fall
you,
under hide.
unless you break into a dead run. There's no way that he can't see you heading off when he gets to the door.
He can see me, but can he catch up to me?
No, that is a
chase
so
system.
So first of all, if you are not,
What is that?
so,
But is he gonna try and
Is
catch?
that a-
Is he really gonna try and
Is that
catch
a
her?
sneak past track?
no. So this is
That
just
would
a
probably
physical
be
opposed roll. So
Dex
basically,
times something.
Dex and con.
this is
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah, times
strength
five.
and dex. So what is your? Are you stronger or
Yeah.
faster?
So
Okay, your strength and dex are very similar because there are two
Okay.
things. You can either
What's
run
average I am.
or you can try to be sneaky. So
oh.
if it's a dead run, you're going to use
No.
strength because basically you're just
See,
like
you got
looking
like
at it.
Constitution
Well, I
18
don't
and
think I do
16.
it.
If it's a long run, then it becomes a con check.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning, it's
That'd
strength that
be
determines how
silly.
fast you can sprint out of there.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
wow.
And I figure I know the grounds a little
Got a
better.
18
Like
Constitution.
I've been there.
You have
a
18
lot.
Yeah.
in Constitution.
so are you? Oh, you just try to disappear
Whoa.
into the ground.
That's how I lived through the
Yeah.
war.
I know where
Does-
I'm
that gives
going.
you-
Everybody with a
So
14
you get
got
to the
killed
door and you
off.
see her kind of like move off to the side and kind of like disappear into the garden.
I'll rush after her.
All right. So at this point, you're gonna have to make a hide
Go.
check.
Azillo!
How do I
Miss
do
You
that?
hear him yelling, "Azel, madam!"
Madam!
Oh, she's like, no, I don't have the time. Bye.
All right.
Dive into the bushes.
Yeah. So you rush to the gardens. You have to make a hide check if you're gonna try to be sneaky about this.
What? So what do I have to roll?
Quick,
So
the horse
hide
shape
is
is
a skill.
topiary.
Hide. Oh, a
Yeah.
hide
Yeah.
check.
Because you actually are
Base
looking to
is
hide.
10.
So you're a base
Oh,
of 10.
I have to roll
So you have a
under
10% chance of
10.
hiding.
I have faith in you.
Well, he has to find you, so he could fail horribly, and even though you're hiding badly,
it's
he
like-
might still miss you.
It's not sneak.
Well,
No.
it would be sneak if you had a lot of time, but at this point, you've just raced in the garden and he's on your
Yeah.
heels.
Hide,
Oh.
hide is
So-
when I'm trying to find you. Sneak is when you're trying to not be found.
Yeah. Right now, you
Right.
don't have time for sneak, because
Okay.
you don't have the
It's like-
environment necessary to be sneaky.
All else fails. Let's try it. Let's try this. It sounds fun. Under 10. Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
you
I got
rolled a 12. No, that's not bad. Okay, so now...
Wow.
So
You
two
know, spot
over.
hidden. Wow, I got
Spot
94.
What's your normal
Just
spot
blind.
ability?
36.
So,
You trip and you fall on your face.
So I think it's more of like
all right,
she...
so now you both need to make luck checks. This is gonna be a comedy of errors.
Oh man.
I
Where
succeed.
is that?
49 under 55.
Ooh. All right, let's see what
Spicy.
your
I
luck is.
can't see where it is. Where is that? Oh, luck
Yeah.
is just there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
but you're really lucky.
Oh, a 1.
She rolls at full 1.
She just
She is
She
the
does.
ninja of the
Pocket
night.
dimension.
She does disappear into a flock of bats.
Yes, like yeah.
Smoke.
You see an unusual gaggle of hummingbirds over by the rose bushes that don't seem to be in the right place, but you just can't hear it. Like the Lady Azel has just disappeared.
My suspicion arises.
You think she may be a witch? Only witches could like. It's quite clearly
This is gonna
that
be
no
perfect.
natural being could just have. You literally saw her turn the corner, and she is now gone.
You're like scared. This is terrifying.
No. My blood pressure's rising. Adrenaline
He's
is
never
coursing
seen a
through
witch
my
before.
veins.
He's never had an
He's never seen a
opportunity
witch
before.
He doesn't even know what one could do.
It's all coming together. The deformity, the
He may
black
die at any
garb,
moment.
the use of the tarot.
Finally, after all these years, I might have met a real witch.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting, Mike.
And it occurs to you that you have allowed her to place an object.
Oh no! I immediately pull some holy water out of my bag. Do some quick prayers.
You are flipping out in the garden.
Do I drink this?
And start pouring and washing my hands vigorously. I must go to the church.
I'm like, what is he screaming about? It's not right.
He screams so loud, you dive out of your hiding place.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Do you leave the tarot card in the garden there? Like you throw it to the
I have to burn it.
I have to burn it.
I must cleanse it with fire. So I pull out a little match and just start a fire.
You just doused it with holy water, though.
No, I doused my
His
hands
hands.
with holy water because I
Okay.
touched.
You can see all of this from your hiding spot.
So you're not picking it off the grass.
No,
You're gonna burn it on the grass.
burn it on the grass. Burn it where it lays.
Seems
can't
like a
risk
good
touching
idea in
it.
the fall.
It's like,
Once it's done, I'll stomp it out.
Which card did you hand him?
It's just a
It
vampire.
was a blank one.
But it said something about vampires.
No,
No, you rolled a note.
It was a blank one that I wrote on.
Oh, okay.
So it's fake tarot?
No, there's blank cards.
They
in
always
the deck.
include 2 blank cards in case you have to you lose one. and you have to say,
Improvise.
This is
Or,
an
you know,
ace of
it's like-
spades. My kid ate it.
So it's like it's like make your own.
Yeah.
This is the 15
This
of
is
quads.
The vampire card now.
Alright, so you see him setting fire to your card there in the garden. He's like moist with holy water. He's like all panicky. His hands are
It's like
shaking.
dripping.
Cards still be flame retardant because they're pretty hard to burn.
It's
It's
1920.
gonna burn.
Okay.
If anything, it's made of like something that explodes
Something
when you
extra.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And there's lead-based things. Yeah.
Lead-based.
So,
Yeah,
Well-
it smells funny. You swear that there's something not right about it. The place in your pocket where it was has this kind of like phantom itch that you feel like when you keep your cell phone in your pocket, you swear it's vibrating.
Okay, after burning it, after some holy water, some prayers, I feel a little better. I'll go back to the church to freshen up, and then I wish to research in the library of Cardiff about vampires. Because I'll trust
Okay.
Just the way.
the opinion.
By the time you get there, the Library of Cardiff is like, we're closing in 20 minutes.
Damn it! Forget your half time on Saturdays. Closed on Sundays.
You're lucky we're open at all. We just got a huge donation. And
You got a huge. Who donated?
the Oakenforce.
Huh.
They're huge patrons of the arts and public works.
Okay, I'll have to wait till another day.
You do have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What is it that you're looking for?
Do you have a book on vampires? You must. We have an ancient history in England about vampires, and
Oh, no. I know what
What?
vampires are. No,
Yeah.
no, you won't need 20 minutes. We have this one book here.
Only one.
Well, glad there's at least one book. No one likes to read about vampires.
No,
No one likes to read about bumps into
It's
the night.
Dracula, probably.
It's not it's not exactly a strong field of science that people are. Yeah, there's not much call for vampires here in Cardiff. We do steel here and shipping. We got a lot of books on steel and shipping.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
No vampires.
Yeah, but you got the one book. So can I look? Am I able to check out books from these sorts of libraries, or is it like you sit down, you read the books, and you have to?
You can
return?
check out the book.
Okay, I'll check out the books.
Not like you're like some kind of unwashed street urchin who's coming in. And
I just
Freshly washed, yeah.
washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, with holy water.
Are you still damp?
I do
No,
tell.
I'm freshening up at the
it's, like,
church.
it's just like wet from running the line, right? Yeah, she'll lend you the book.
Thank
She
you.
figures it's not like you can go anywhere and like disappear into the wild as like the priest of the woods or something like that.
Steals
Okay,
books.
Yeah.
Only comes out to
I
steal
will
books.
return to my tiny room in the church and begin studying this book on vampires.
It is the worst. It is just this much more than like a high school time life book on the story of vampires.
Yeah.
Is this like teen novel vampire book?
It's not quite that bad. It's like, oh,
It's
you know,
Twilight.
there's vampires who were in Transylvania, and then like they moved to Brasovia, and then there was some point in time where they infiltrated the royal houses of England and all that sort of thing. And
Traded
like-
the royal houses of England.
it's like you can very much tell that this is kind of a pop culture book for people who are like, ooh, vampires, exciting.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's
in
very
my
big right
years of
now.
researching the occult, there is hints of truths to these weird.
There are
myths
drawings of like
and legends.
Nosferatu, and then like very noble vampires, and like female vampires have their own little chapter. It's like, how are female vampires different? You know, do they use their wiles to tempt men into the dark arts and all that kind of thing?
Okay. I'll make note that I need to have a list of the guests and correlate it to
One
a
of
list
the pictures
royal
of the
names.
female Nosferatu looks kind of like the Lady Azel. At least to you.
Oh.
That disfigurement looks vaguely familiar.
Interesting.
Perfect.
That's all I got for my evening.
Okay, yeah, it's not a particularly scholarly work.
It's okay. I got one nugget of information which might be useful.
The rest of you, I'm hoping you're going home to your wife.
Yeah, and I spent some of the afternoon setting up this meeting with Art,
Yes.
and then I spent some time with my
Had a
wife.
very lonely lot.
And the rest of your evening is mostly wasted in as many others have in the past, waited long hours for Art to show up and didn't get a chance to see him.
Yeah. Usually it pays off eventually.
This is he hasn't stood you up for a long time, so you feel like you might have misstepped in his trust.
Well, but wait, if he wasn't there, he wouldn't, unless you were like watching the place, you wouldn't actually know that I brought cops there.
No, the letter was for you to give to the cops.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, which-
on the off chance that you did bring the cops.
Okay. But you don't
But
actually
also
know
it's
that I
for
betrayed you.
purpose.
Betrayed you.
Well,
He knows
no, I
that the
would have
cops
been
were-
watching the place.
He knows the cops
to
were
see
there.
what.
I
whether
guess
or
you've
not
got
he
your
knows.
urchin army.
He's
Yeah,
already one
also-
step ahead, so he knows.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
The
Ugh.
Yeah.
the
I don't
people
really have
loyal
an
to him
urchin
are
army. I just like know several.
Well,
people
anyway,
in the community.
I spent some time pacing and worrying and wondering if I had made the right choice and thinking probably not.
Yeah.
You
Communism is a
do
poor
get the
choice.
sense that maybe Art is not going to show up for you as much as in the future. You're going to have to find a new way to get your communist propaganda out there into the world. What about you? You going to go and see if Thomas is still alive? Or...
Yeah. See
Probably
if he's
hoping-
gotten over his hangover yet.
Yeah, he's awake now. He's a nice bachelor guy waiting at home.
Thomas, how are you? How are you? Your hangover.
Oh, I'm much better. How did your afternoon go?
It was absolutely dreadful. The cops, they asked so many questions. No one could remember anything about any of the specific details correctly. There was much going back and forward. We were cross-examined multiple times. It was a terrible affair. I'm sad that you were not there, at least to lift the morale of our company.
Oh, it sounds like it was terrible. I'm so glad I wasn't there. So, are they going to come around looking for me at some point?
They said they would still need to talk to you. I don't know how true that is now. They seem to have a fixation on that one mysterious fellow who got into the fight over the scrap of paper. Him and then the other fellow who had the scrap of paper, that Tristan fellow. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely read. Yeah, whatever happened with that? So did they find them?
no, apparently this Tristan fellow has disappeared into thin air. And they were apparently the unnamed the fellow whose name we didn't catch is apparently an Arthur Gray of some sort. The name's not familiar to myself, but
Arthur Gray?
Yes. You've
Really?
heard of him?
Oh my goodness, Arthur Gray is super famous. His family owned the steelworks.
They own the steelworks.
He disappeared like a decade ago. And people were certain it was some sort of foul play or kidnapping. And then when there was no ransom or anything like that, like his mother is like just mad with grief. His family has been looking for him for like 10 years. You're saying that man that was fighting over that scrap of paper last night was Arthur Gray?
Yes.
How did they find out?
Well, what
He's worth
that other
millions.
fellow, Chester? Do you remember Chester Alesborn?
Yes.
The one wearing the very nice suit. Yes.
Yes, I remember him.
Who could forget that suit?
Yes, exactly. Apparently, they were friends, and Chester wasn't aware of the circumstances.
Wow, this is news indeed. And so, Chester collected the reward then?
There's a reward?
Yes.
Oh shit.
We should go collect that reward.
Well, has anyone informed his family?
I don't believe nobody was. They were so caught up in trying to find where he was currently that no one went to inform his family.
Oh my goodness, this is an opportunity.
I think this is an opportunity. I'm so glad I came to visit you, my friend.
Oh my goodness, we must. Oh, we have to get to the graves before anyone else does.
Yes. I'll hail a cab. You throw on your evening cloak.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Off we go.
To the Gray Manor. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. All right. So it doesn't take you long to get there, and it's like almost supper time. So it's a very odd time to randomly call upon some people. It's a large manor, not quite as amazing as the Grand Ladies, but it's very large. Most of the lights are off. You can see like there's a light in the dining area that's on. You come to the door. A manservant comes out. Gentlemen,
Hello.
how can we help you?
Yes. We have news about the son of the family, Arthur Gray. Good news.
Really?
Yes.
Please come in. And he closes the door. He escorts you to the sitting room. Please take your time. And then he walks off. About 10 minutes later, a couple comes out to see you, and said, there's this woman who looks haggard and distressed. She clearly looks like she's hopeful, but she's heard so much over the years that like she's basically not particularly trusting. She doesn't want to get her hopes up. And the fellow is just standing in front of her with this sense of like, I need to protect her from this foolishness because people keep trying to come up and pretend that they've heard about our son, and it's just gonna like set her off again. So he goes, so you say you have news of our boy?
Yes. In fact, both myself, my name is Alexander Jones, and my friend here, Thomas Klein, we met him last night. We saw him in person. Now, he didn't give his name. He pretended to be someone completely different, but he was at the mansion of the late, very sad, Lady Philomena Dowager Countess. And it was there that we interacted with him and saw that he seems to be in perfect health, residing nearabouts, I would say, if he had heard and somehow gotten an invitation to the party. Now,
So you say he didn't give his name?
He did not.
And how did you know he was my son?
We discovered that he was Arthur Gray when one of the men in the room mentioned, you've heard the nasty rumors and stuff in the papers, perhaps, going around. There were several of us who were there to witness the aftermath of the demise of the lady Philomena, and among them your son, and also among them a man, apparently one of his friends from previous years, who'd known him for a while, and mentioned that his name was Arthur and that he had known him as Arthur Grey for a while. Apparently, he had given him his true name.
And this other person that's caught up in this unpleasantness, why is he not here with you?
We weren't able to find him in time. We thought you should know first this wonderful news.
I see.
Would you? We have a complete description. If would you like? I know it might be
my
hard.
Son, you mean?
Yes, it might be hard.
His picture
to
was in
believe.
the papers for years.
Yes, but you haven't seen him these days. I know it. He might have changed quite a bit from when you saw him last. But I'm sure a mother would recognize her own.
He gestures
son's
to a
description.
portrait in the room. Did he look anything like this? It looks very much like that.
I would like. I'm attempting to persuade them. I have skill in it.
All right. Let us try.
Okay. So that is a 1.
Whoa.
And I
Wow.
have...
They are. Literally everything you say.
They are persuaded.
Unbelievable. You disappear in a flock of hummingbirds. It's like,
and that is
Whatever
that
you
is
say,
out of
stranger,
75.
take our
Out of
Wow.
75 in persuade.
They're so desperate to find their son.
so the dad is not terribly persuaded, but the mom, she just like grabs her husband, and you can see from her demeanor and the shaking of her hands that she is just convinced that this is it. This is finally the clue that they've been waiting 10 years for, that this is it. That this time it's for real. And she is basically giving him
Small
this,
mannerisms I describe as
it's like
he
it's-
walked around and even the way he argued, perhaps was called upon
This-
fond
this
memories.
is it.
He would always
Fond memories of
He would
arguing.
always pickpocket paper.
Fond memories of
I would
their
steal
neglect.
small things from my purse. It was very touchy at the time.
It's Artie. I know it's Artie. This has to be him. We have to find him. So this friend of yours that saw him, that knew him from childhood.
Yes.
Where can we find him? What was his name?
His name was Chester Alesborn.
Aylesborn, Chester Aylesborn. Honey, you understand. We can find him. We can find him. Yes. All right, very good. And your names again?
I'm Alexander Jones and Thomas Klein.
Well, Mr. Jones, Mr. Klein, I appreciate the news that you. I believe that we will pursue this matter, and if it does turn out that this brings our Artie home again, we will certainly remember you. I appreciate that you've come forward. Arrangements will have to be made.
Yes, of course, we understand.
Well, good night then.
See ourselves out.
All right, excellent.
All right.
Wow. Now this is really complicated things. Phone calls are made, research is done, private eyes are hired. All right.
A little clock is spinning.
Yes, yeah. There's
And
little,
all these,
are about.
all these people moving around.
Chairs are hovering.
not yet. That's in session 4. When, like,
When I perform an exorcism.
oh yes, I know, and like tons of poop in your face.
You gotta expel the demon.
Exorcism is always nasty business. It's like, all right, so the rest of the evening goes. So you are out like all night casing out this place, right? So
Well, yeah, but I'm also like gonna just spend the night where I'm hiding out like on a rooftop nearby.
okay,
that I
so
can
you're
see
doing the
Tristan's
Batman
place.
thing where you're like squatted and like peeking over the edge.
Well,
Are
I
you
mean,
nearby.
I go to sleep there because I
Oh, okay.
don't want to go back to my place.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you're not like
But
staying awake watching Tristan's apartment like the whole night.
No.
Okay. So, the day passes. Everything is fairly uneventful until morning comes, and then
Sunday bloody.
it is Sunday.
One of
so
you is dead.
church bells ring, but long before that, at the crack of dawn, there is Are you an early Sunday riser, or do you
Yeah,
just go to like morning mass?
I go to the first mass. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay, so you're at the sunrise mass, so you'll be up, and
I've got a
I'm
Baby.
also there.
oh, that's right, because
Yeah.
you're going to sunrise
Oh,
mass with
yeah.
your wife.
It's-
Okay,
It's good to see you, Bertrand.
yes,
That's
and
very nice.
you're awake because you have a baby, so
Yes.
you can't help.
but I'm not at
yourself.
mass.
Yeah, so you're not at mass.
Shame on
so
Because you're a communist?
Yeah,
Probably.
It's the opiate of the people, right?
the opiate of the masses. Yeah.
Opiate of the masses.
Oh,
and Art is
Sunday
awake
mass.
because when you're sleeping outside during the day, everything wakes you up. It's like
Yep.
a bird
Sunrise
shits in your
wakes me up.
mouth.
No.
just pigeons.
The sunrise wakes me up.
So
is that what they call it
there
these days?
there is a
Make a
Take a hit of
make a
opium.
luck.
so for the two of you who are in church, you should make a listen check.
Listen.
Demons. Listen for the demons.
I search for demons.
You enter a room.
Okay,
I search for
so
demons.
I fail with a 90.
voice
All right.
God damn it.
You hear the lovely
Okay.
sounds of the worship going on. They're ringing the bell. They're bringing the Eucharist around.
All I care about is church. I focus at church because I
You
rolled
got-
93.
That's even worse
Wow,
than mine.
you are so distracted. This is the best service you ever
I've
heard.
only succeeded on one roll, and she rolled the one opposing to it.
All right. Well, in that case,
I've had 2
Art
runs
is
this
the
day
only
long.
one who is the
crazy.
first to be aware that something is going on in his city. After all, this is your city, and you have your urchins out there, and you hear the cry of what you've heard many times in the last decade is when someone comes upon a crime scene, and it's one of the street kids, and you go, "Oh my gosh, something has happened!" and there's a yell, and you can be the first. Well, one of the first adult people on site if you wish to be.
Yeah, I'm confident enough in my escape skills that I'll choose to be there.
All right.
I suspect it may be Tristan.
So you run by a bunch of rooftops and you make it to the alley, and it's a couple blocks from where the church is, and it is in fact a dead body has been found and left in the alleyway that some of your street kids have found, and it is Tristan.
Uncanny.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
His throat has been cut.
That's, yeah.
Wait.
Whoa.
Okay.
Huh. Wow. Someone didn't
What
want to do the teeth.
do I see any like scuff marks or like?
So you come close enough to examine the body.
Yes.
The first thing you notice without even touching it is that his pockets have been turned out.
Oh, really? Like a mugging.
Shouldn't have slept outside.
Okay. Well, if his pockets are turned out, there's not really anything to glean. I don't think there's anything I'm gonna find. I'm gonna,
So his pockets are turned out.
yeah. So
Someone was looking for the paper. What's so special
yeah,
about this
it
damn
makes sense
paper?
that someone would be looking for the paper. But I'm going to get out of here before anybody else shows up and I get spotted or blamed or anything.
Okay. So do you stick around or do you just go?
I'm gonna stay nearby
Okay.
so I can see, but like from a ways off.
The shadows.
Yeah,
So
if I can.
about 15 minutes later, the police arrive, and they begin to like cordon off the area and start asking questions. They grab roughly a few of the young people who have found the body and start questioning them and things like that. And you can see from your vantage point that the two cops are like pointing and they're kind of doing the whole gesture. You can't read lips, I'm presuming, and so you see them from a distance, and it's like they're quite agitated. This is not Cardiff style, like this whole
No.
murder mugging thing. Like usually there are murders and there are muggings, but this is the second day in a row, and suspicious things are happening, and they can also see that it looks like a mugging of some sort, but also a horrific murder. And they basically are just waiting for backup. they're looking to see whether or not like there's they start to like drag off kids from the alleyway and stuff like that, and in the typical usual suspects thing, a crowd is starting to form when like they're standing at the ends of the alley. Women are like peeking around. Men are like, "What's going on?" And it's like, "Oh, there's a body! Oh my gosh, it's the Cardiff killer again." Oh. By the time the service ends in the morning, the rumor mill has made it so that as soon as you guys are out of the services, you hear that there's been another killing somewhere in the city nearby.
But do we hear anything about any of the whispers naming Tristan?
Oh no, it's
Okay.
just people going, "Oh, there was a murder like 3 blocks up," and blah blah blah. The police are over there. It's like, there's a lot of it's the usual gossipy things. You come out, you're shaking hands, and everyone's going, "Oh yeah, there's something going on there."
Well, Bertrand, it appears that ill fate seems to follow us around.
Not us, but someone else.
Yes.
Do not know who.
Well, it's following someone close to us. Would you like to go check it out with me? I feel as though we are intertwined by fate.
I would rather not, but I will. I will do it. Yes, but I won't.
I don't wish to impose.
No, I won't enjoy it, but I will go with you. Yes, I will. Yes.